Welcome, dear friends, to a serene journey through 150 fascinating facts about Demon Slayer, a world where the line between light and darkness is as delicate as the softest thread of moonlight. From its humble beginnings as a manga to becoming a global sensation, Demon Slayer has captured hearts with its breathtaking artistry, deeply emotional storytelling, and unforgettable characters. Tonight, we will explore the rich world of Demon Slayer, diving into the origins of its creators, the intricate design of its demons, and the untold stories behind the breathtaking animation that has mesmerized millions. As we journey through these facts, we'll feel the presence of the wind in the bamboo forests, hear the whispers of distant mountains, and settle into the warmth of the light that flickers softly in the night. Now, as you listen, let the gentle rhythm of your breath carry you into a calm and peaceful space where the soft winds of the story can guide you toward rest. Allow any tension to melt away like the fading glow of a dying ember, and let the quiet settle into your heart. And if you enjoy drifting through stories like this, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, with your mind at ease and your body relaxed, we'll begin our peaceful journey through the world of Demon Slayer. Fact 1. Demon Slayer, originally titled Kimetsu no Yaiba, began its journey in 2016 as a manga created by Koyoharu Gotuji. With its gripping storyline and exquisite art, it quickly became a fan favorite. The story takes place in Taisho-era Japan, where demons lurk in the shadows, hunting humans. The protagonist, Tanjiro Kamado, embarks on a harrowing journey after his family is slaughtered by demons, leaving only his younger sister, Nezuko, alive, though tragically, she is transformed into one of them. The series' deep emotional core and themes of family and sacrifice resonate strongly with its audience, making it more than just an action-packed story. Fact 2. The powerful bond between Tanjiro and Nezuko is at the heart of Demon Slayer. Their relationship is one of profound love and dedication, which is rare in a world overrun by death and despair. Despite Nezuko's demon transformation, Tanjiro refuses to give up on her, proving that the ties of family can withstand even the darkest of circumstances. Their journey is filled with moments of vulnerability, where the love they share strengthens their resolve, often serving as the driving force in their battle against demons. Fact 3. The character design of Nezuko was influenced by a desire to show both beauty and danger. Her appearance, with her soft features and vibrant pink kimono, contrasts sharply with the brutal nature of her transformation into a demon. This dichotomy is reflected in her abilities. She remains fiercely protective of her brother and others, even as she struggles with her own nature. Nezuko's struggle between retaining her humanity and succumbing to the demon's curse is central to the emotional depth of the series. Fact 4. Tanjiro's distinctive scar on his forehead holds significant meaning. In the story, it is referred to as the Demon Slayer mark, which grants him enhanced strength, speed, and senses. Over time, it becomes a symbol of his heritage, linking him to other legendary figures who have carried the mark. As Tanjiro's journey progresses, the scar plays a crucial role in his growth and transformation, connecting him to the ancient warriors of his bloodline who once fought demons, just like he is doing now. Fact 5. One of the most striking elements of Demon Slayer is its breathtaking animation. The studio behind the adaptation, Ufotable, is renowned for its intricate and fluid animation style, which has set a new standard for ancient scenes in anime. The fight sequences, especially those involving the breathing techniques, are choreographed with incredible attention to detail. The use of vibrant colors, especially during the combat scenes, amplifies the intensity of the action, creating a visual spectacle that captures the viewer's imagination and emotion. Fact 6. The breathing techniques are at the core of the Demon Slayer Corps' combat system. These techniques allow the swordsman to perform extraordinary feats, such as enhanced speed, strength, and the ability to manipulate elements like fire, water, and even the wind. Each breathing technique is associated with a specific element, and mastering them takes years of training. Tanjiro's own mastery of the water breathing technique is essential to his success, and as he grows stronger, he begins to develop his own unique abilities within the water style. Fact 7. The demons in Demon Slayer are a tragic reflection of the human condition. Once human, each demon was a victim of their own desires and vulnerabilities. Many were cursed by the demon king, Muzan Kibutsuji, who has the ability to turn humans into demons. The transformations are often filled with sorrow, as the demons retain fragments of their past selves, struggling with their new monstrous nature. This tragedy adds a layer of depth to the series, making the demons more than mere villains. They are once lost souls whose pain is palpable. Fact 8. The Hashira, or Pillars, are the elite warriors of the Demon Slayer Corps. Each Hashira represents one of the breathing techniques, as man is a master in that style. The Hashira are not only formidable fighters, but also carry a heavy burden, each driven by their own personal demons. They are charged with protecting humanity from the ever-growing threat of the demons, and their personalities, motivations, and histories add complexity to the story. They serve as both mentors and fierce warriors, constantly battling against the forces that threaten to destroy the world. Fact 9. In Demon Slayer, the world building is rich and immersive, with each location carrying its own unique atmosphere. From the quiet, mist-filled mountains to the bustling, eerie streets of the demon-infested towns, the setting feels alive with history. The villages and towns Tanjiro visits are often marked by the scars of past battles, giving the viewer a sense of the ongoing conflict between humans and demons. Each location feels like a character in its own right, providing context to the emotional and physical journeys the characters undertake. Fact 10. The theme of sacrifice is a recurring element throughout Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's journey is defined by his willingness to sacrifice his own safety for others, whether it's his family, his friends, or even strangers. This selflessness is mirrored by the sacrifices made by other characters in the series, many of whom face harrowing choices between their own lives and the well-being of others. The concept of sacrifice is integral to the core message of the series, that true strength is not defined by power alone, but by the willingness to give up one's own comfort for the greater good. Fact 11. Muzan Kibutsuji, the Demon King and main antagonist of Demon Slayer, is a figure of pure malevolence. His quest for immortality and power leads him to create demons by infecting humans with his blood, forever changing their lives. Unlike other demons, Muzan retains his human form, and his desire to control all other demons fuels his cruelty. His character is defined by a deep fear of death and a desire to reshape the world according to his will. Muzan's presence looms over every aspect of the story, a reminder of the constant battle between light and darkness, humanity and monstrosity. Fact 12. One of the most poignant aspects of Demon Slayer is the concept of redemption. Many of the demons Tanjiro faces were once human, and as he battles them, he often experiences flashes of their former lives. These moments of vulnerability show that beneath the monstrous exterior, there is a tragic soul yearning for release. Tanjiro, with his unwavering compassion, often offers words of kindness to the demons, asking them to find peace before they are destroyed. This delicate balance between mercy and justice highlights the emotional complexity of the series and elevates it beyond mere action. Fact 13. The Demon Slayer Corps, the organization dedicated to fighting demons, is made up of ordinary people who possess extraordinary strength. These warriors are not born with special abilities, but instead train rigorously to master their breathing techniques and fight the demons that plague the world. Their dedication to the cause is inspiring as they sacrifice everything to protect humanity. The Corps operates in the shadows, often working unnoticed by the general populace, yet their courage is unmatched and their struggle forms the backbone of the story. Fact 14. The Swordsmith Village arc introduces one of the most important elements of Demon Slayer, the creation of the swords used by the Demon Slayer Corps. These swords, known as Nichiren blades, are made from special ore that can harm demons. Each sword is unique, with a color that corresponds to the user's breathing technique. The swords are forged with great care and skill, and the village dedicated to this craft is one of the last bastions of hope for the warriors of the Corps. The bond between a sword and its wielder is a symbol of the deep connection between the warriors and their cause. Fact 15. The character of Zenitsu Agatsuma is an interesting contrast to the heroic Tanjiro. Initially portrayed as fearful and insecure, Zenitsu grows throughout the series, displaying moments of incredible bravery and strength. His unique ability, the thunder breathing technique, is powerful, but it is his development as a character that makes him memorable. Zenitsu's journey is one of self-discovery as he learns to embrace his own potential despite his doubts. His transformation highlights one of the central themes of Demon Slayer, the idea that true courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. Fact 16. Nezuko's fight against her demon instincts is one of the most compelling subplots in Demon Slayer. After being transformed into a demon, Nezuko retains her humanity, refusing to harm others. Her struggle is not only against the demons that threaten humanity, but also against the monstrous urges within herself. As she fights to control her demon nature, she also demonstrates incredible strength and resilience, becoming one of the most powerful and compassionate characters in the series. Her relationship with Tanjiro is a testament to the power of love and family, even in the face of overwhelming darkness. Fact 17. The series frequently uses the motif of nature to symbolize the character's emotional and spiritual growth. The ever-changing seasons, the movement of the wind, and the flowing of water are used to reflect the internal states of the characters. For instance, the water-breathing techniques that Tanjiro wields are symbolic of his calm, steady nature, while the fiery passion of the flame-breathing techniques aligns with the strength and determination of characters like Kyojuro Rengoku. This connection to nature helps ground the fantastical elements of the series, making the world of Demon Slayer feel deeply connected to the real world. Fact 18. The emotional weight of Demon Slayer is not just in its battles, but in the relationships that are formed and tested throughout the series. Whether it's Tanjiro's bond with Nezuko, Zenitsu's growing friendship with Tanjiro, or the camaraderie between the Hashira, the connections between characters are essential to the narrative. Each relationship brings a different dimension to the story, often exploring themes of loyalty, sacrifice, and trust. These relationships help to humanize the characters, making their struggles more relatable and emotionally resonant. Fact 19. The Demon Slayer anime series, directed by Haruo Sotozaki, is renowned for its visual storytelling. The breathtaking use of color and light, paired with dynamic camera angles, makes each episode feel like a work of art. The fight scenes, in particular, stand out for their fluid animation and attention to detail. The animation studio, Ufotable, utilized cutting edge techniques to bring the manga to life, blending traditional animation with CGI to create stunning effects. The result is an experience that feels immersive and cinematic, drawing viewers into the world of Demon Slayer with each frame. Fact 20. The impact of Demon Slayer on global culture cannot be overstated. The series' success transcended anime fans, reaching people who had never before watched an anime. It has become a cultural phenomenon, sparking discussions about its themes, characters, and artistry in media across the world. The success of the anime film Mugen Train, which became the highest grossing film ever in Japan, further cemented Demon Slayer's place in pop culture. Its influence has spread to fashion, music, and even food as fans express their love for the series in countless ways. Fact 21. The intricate world building of Demon Slayer extends beyond the characters and into the rich history of the series. One of the most compelling aspects of the world is the creation of the Demon Slayer Corps itself. Established centuries ago to combat the growing demon population, the Corps has trained warriors in the art of breathing techniques, passing down knowledge and skills to each new generation. The history of the Corps is filled with tragedy and sacrifice, as the members have always fought a seemingly endless battle against demons, knowing that only a few of them will survive the war. This history shapes the motivations of the characters and the weight of their responsibility. Fact 22. The concept of the Demon Slayer mark is not just a symbol of power, but also a legacy passed down through generations. This mark, which appears on the forehead of certain demon slayers, is a sign of their connection to a long line of warriors who fought demons long before Tanjiro. It enhances their abilities, granting them extraordinary strength and heightened senses. But it also comes with a cost. The mark is often a sign of a short life, as those who bear it live under the constant threat of an early death. This theme of fleeting life adds a layer of poignancy to the story, as Tanjiro must grapple with his own fate while protecting those he loves. Fact 23. In the world of Demon Slayer, the concept of family is explored in many ways. While Tanjiro and Nezuko's sibling bond is at the center of the series, there are also other forms of familial connections that play important roles in the story. For example, the bond between Kano Tsuyuri and Shinobu Kocho, the relationship between Mitsuri Kanroji and her comrades, and the unspoken connections between the Hashira all emphasize the importance of finding strength and support within family and chosen family. These relationships add emotional depth to the narrative, reminding viewers that the power of love and support can transcend bloodlines. Fact 24. Tanjiro's distinctive green and black checkered haori jacket is not just a piece of clothing, but a symbol of his resilience and determination. The haori was passed down to him by his late father, who wore it during his own time as a demon slayer. This inheritance is more than just a garment. It is a representation of Tanjiro's legacy, connecting him to his father's spirit and the tradition of fighting for a better world. The Haori serves as a constant reminder of the sacrifices made by those who came before him and the path he must walk to protect those he loves. Fact 25. Nezuko's unique ability to fight demons without losing her humanity sets her apart from other demons. While most demons are driven by an insatiable hunger for human flesh, Nezuko retains her compassion and empathy, choosing instead to protect humans, even in the face of her own hunger. This trait makes her one of the most beloved characters in Demon Slayer. Her ability to suppress her demon instincts and fight for the good of others is a central theme in the series, symbolizing the conflict between one's inner darkness and the desire to protect the light. Fact 26. The demon blood art abilities are one of the most fascinating aspects of Demon Slayer. Each demon has its own unique power that it can use to fight against the Demon Slayer cores. These abilities vary widely, from manipulating elements like fire or ice to controlling the minds of others, or transforming into monstrous forms. These abilities make each demon encounter feel different, with each battle requiring Tanjiro and his companions to adapt and strategize in new ways. The diversity of demon powers adds an element of unpredictability to the series, keeping the audience engaged with each new encounter. Fact 27. Kanao Tsuyuri, the adopted sister of Shinobu Kocho, is a character whose story is filled with tragedy and growth. Initially, Kanao is emotionally distant, as her traumatic past left her with little ability to connect with others. However, as the series progresses, Kanao learns to open up and embrace her emotions, particularly her feelings for Tanjiro. Her growth is a powerful testament to the series' theme of healing, that even after immense pain, it is possible to find strength and love again. Kanao's journey is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, one can find a reason to hope. Fact 28. The art of Demon Slayer is often described as breathtaking, with its dynamic fight sequences and stunning landscapes. Ufotable, the animation studio behind the series, used innovative techniques to bring the manga to life. The animation's fluidity and attention to detail create an immersive experience, allowing viewers to feel as though they are part of the action. The use of vibrant colors, particularly in the combat scenes, creates a sense of intensity and emotion, while the slower, more serene moments offer a sense of peace and reflection. The contrast between these two aspects adds depth to the emotional impact of the series. Fact 29. The character of Kyojuro Rengoku, the Flame Hashira, is one of the most beloved figures in Demon Slayer. His unwavering sense of duty, combined with his fiery passion, makes him a standout character. Rengoku is a true embodiment of the idea that strength comes from one's convictions and the desire to protect others. His backstory, which reveals the deep pain and sacrifices he endured, adds layers to his character, making his eventual fate even more heartbreaking. Rengoku's legacy serves as a powerful reminder that true courage is not just about physical power, but the strength of one's heart. Fact 30. The Mugen Train arc is one of the most iconic storylines in Demon Slayer, especially with the release of the anime film Mugen Train. This arc introduces the character of Rengoku and sees Tanjiro and his companions face off against a powerful demon aboard a moving train. The arc is marked by intense emotional moments, including the ultimate sacrifice of Rengoku, which deeply impacts Tanjiro and the rest of the team. The arc explores themes of perseverance, loss, and the unyielding desire to protect others, making it one of the most impactful in the series. Fact 31. The story of Demon Slayer is deeply rooted in the concept of perseverance. Characters like Tanjiro, who face unimaginable hardships, demonstrate that true strength is often forged through struggle. Tanjiro's journey is not only about battling demons, but also about overcoming his own inner turmoil and fears. Despite the constant threats of death, the loss of his family, and the pressure of protecting his sister, he never wavers in his dedication to his cause. This determination to never give up, even when faced with overwhelming odds, is one of the series' most powerful themes, resonating with viewers who are also fighting their own battles in life. Fact 32. The concept of breathing techniques goes beyond physical combat in Demon Slayer. It also represents the character's spiritual growth. Each breathing style reflects the unique qualities and personalities of the fighters who wield them. For example, Tanjiro's water breathing reflects his calm, compassionate nature, while Zenitsu's thunder breathing mirrors his passionate, yet often fearful personality. As the characters grow and refine their breathing techniques, they also develop emotionally, learning to balance their inner turmoil and external battles. This spiritual dimension of the techniques adds an enriching layer to the narrative, where each breath is tied to personal growth. Fact 33. The demons in Demon Slayer are not just mindless creatures, but tragic figures with complex backstories. While they are undeniably evil, many were once human, and their transformation into demons was a result of their desperation or desire for power. The most tragic of these demons are the 12 Kazuki, the elite group of demons under Muzan's command. Each of them has their own unique story, often filled with regret, betrayal, and lost hope. This exploration of their past lives adds depth to their characters, reminding viewers that even in the darkest of times, there is a glimmer of humanity within. Fact 34. Muzan Kibutsuji's transformation from human to demon is the foundation of the entire conflict in Demon Slayer. His insatiable desire for immortality and his role in creating the demon race have made him one of the most feared and complex villains in anime. Muzan's character embodies the corruption of power and the lengths to which someone will go to control others. His cold, calculating nature contrasts sharply with the warmth and compassion exhibited by Tanjiro and his companions, highlighting the thematic struggle between light and darkness, good and evil, which runs throughout the series. Fact 35. Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, is one of the most intriguing characters in Demon Slayer. Unlike other Hashira, Shinobu cannot physically match the strength of the demons she fights. Instead, she uses her knowledge of poisons and medicine to create deadly concoctions that can kill demons. Her use of the insect breathing technique, which relies on speed and precision, makes her an expert in battle. Shinobu's backstory, filled with tragedy and loss, further enriches her character, showing how her desire for vengeance has shaped her, but also how she learns to find peace in the midst of her pain. Fact 36. The role of family in Demon Slayer is not only portrayed through Tanjiro and Nezuko's relationship, but also through the other characters' personal struggles and connections. The Hashira, despite being warriors of great strength, all have deep rooted emotional baggage stemming from their families. For instance, Kanao's struggles with her adopted family and the profound grief that Rengoku carries for his deceased mother show how the theme of familial bonds and loss permeates throughout the narrative. The series constantly reinforces the idea that one's strength often comes from the people they love and the sacrifices they are willing to make for them. Fact 37: the final selection is a significant event in the Demon Slayer world, marking the beginning of a young warrior's journey into the core. This brutal trial takes place in a forest filled with demons, and only the most skilled and determined survive. It is here that Tanjiro, along with other hopefuls, proves his strength and resolve. The final selection serves as both a test of physical endurance and mental fortitude, setting the tone for the trials and tribulations that the characters will face in their pursuit of justice and their fight against the demon threat. Fact 38: the character of Tanjiro Kamado is often praised for his unwavering moral compass. Unlike many protagonists who resort to violence out of anger or vengeance, Tanjiro fights for the protection of others, especially his sister, Nezuko. His kindness, empathy, and respect for life, even when dealing with demons, distinguish him as a hero who seeks peace over destruction. Tanjiro's ability to see the humanity in even his enemies is a central theme of Demon Slayer, reminding viewers that true strength comes not only from combat prowess, but from the strength of one's heart. Fact 39: the concept of breathing styles in Demon Slayer is a blend of art and combat. Each style is not just a fighting technique, but a representation of a particular philosophy and way of life. Water breathing, for instance, mirrors the fluidity and adaptability of water, allowing its users to respond to threats with grace and flexibility. Flame breathing, on the other hand, symbolizes the power and intensity of fire, with its devastating strikes and unyielding force. The symbolism behind each breathing style adds a philosophical layer to the combat, emphasizing that the mind and spirit must be in harmony with the body. Fact 40: the tragic story of Tanjiro's family serves as the emotional core of Demon Slayer. Early in the series, viewers are introduced to the close-knit Kamado family, whose peaceful life in the mountains is brutally interrupted by the arrival of demons. Tanjiro's family's death is the catalyst that sets him on his journey, and their memory serves as a driving force throughout the series. The loss of his family is not just the inciting incident of the story, but a continual reminder of the cost of war and the sacrifices made in the fight for justice. Fact 41: the Demon Slayer Corps is an organization built on sacrifice, with each member dedicating their life to protecting humanity from the threat of demons. However, the Corps is not a simple force of warriors. It is a symbol of hope and resilience. Each member is trained not only in combat, but in the philosophy of perseverance. The Corps represents a collective will, where every individual's actions contribute to the greater good. Through Tanjiro's journey, we witness the true cost of this duty, as the warriors of the Corps struggle to find balance between their humanity and their responsibilities as protectors. Fact 42: the visual storytelling in Demon Slayer often blends fantasy with a grounded sense of reality, making the supernatural elements feel eerily believable. The use of symbolic imagery is a central aspect of this, with elements like the breath of wind, the flow of water, and the intensity of fire serving as metaphors for the characters' emotional states. These visual cues help convey the inner turmoil and strength of the characters, making each fight not just a physical battle, but an emotional one. The art style amplifies the emotional weight of the story, making every action and decision feel deeply significant. Fact 43. The concept of redemption is explored through many characters in Demon Slayer, but it is perhaps most poignantly seen in the demons themselves. While most demons are portrayed as vicious and bloodthirsty, many of them were once human beings, often victims of their own circumstances. Some, like the demon responsible for the death of Tanjiro's family, are given moments of reflection before their ultimate demise. These fleeting glimpses of their humanity make their deaths more tragic, reminding viewers that evil is often born from pain, and redemption can be an elusive yet deeply desired hope. Fact 44. Tanjiro's role as a protector is a defining aspect of his character. Throughout Demon Slayer, he consistently puts the well being of others before his own. Whether it's his sister Nezuko, the people he meets on his journey, or even his fellow demon slayers, Tanjiro's selflessness is a core trait that drives the narrative forward. His sense of justice and his relentless pursuit to help those in need make him not just a hero, but a symbol of hope. Even when faced with insurmountable odds, Tanjiro remains grounded in his desire to protect those who cannot protect themselves. Fact 45. The relationship between Tanjiro and Nezuko is one of the most heartwarming and enduring aspects of Demon Slayer. Their bond is not only that of siblings, but of warriors. Nezuko, despite being a demon, retains a deep love and connection to her brother, and she consistently fights alongside him, protecting him from harm. Their shared history and mutual trust make them an unbreakable team. Nezuko's evolution from a helpless victim to a powerful ally symbolizes the themes of growth, resilience, and the power of familial love, which runs throughout the series. Fact 46. The fight against the demons is not only a battle of strength, but a battle of philosophy. Tanjiro's compassion often stands in stark contrast to the demon's cruelty, and it's this difference that underscores the moral conflict at the heart of Demon Slayer. The demons, though monstrous, are often shown to be victims of their own desires or tragic circumstances, while Tanjiro's unwavering kindness sets him apart. This clash of ideologies, mercy versus destruction, is a recurring theme in the series, forcing the characters to constantly confront their own beliefs and moral boundaries. Fact 47. The concept of family in Demon Slayer extends beyond Tanjiro and Nezuko. The series is filled with characters who form their own family like bonds, even if they are not related by blood. For instance, the camaraderie between the members of the Demon Slayer Corps is one such example. Each character, from Zenitsu to Inosuke, shares a sense of brotherhood and mutual respect despite their differences. These relationships help to reinforce the idea that family is not just about blood ties, but about the deep connections formed through shared experiences and emotional bonds. Fact 48. The world of Demon Slayer is steeped in rich mythology and folklore. The demons, in particular, are inspired by Japanese mythology, with each demon bearing traits that reflect ancient myths and legends. For example, the Oni, demons, are often depicted as monstrous beings with immense strength, and their origins in Japanese folklore date back centuries. This connection to real world mythology gives Demon Slayer a sense of historical depth, grounding the fantastical elements in a rich cultural context that adds layers to the story and deepens the viewer's immersion in the world of demons and slayers. Fact 49: one of the most striking features of Demon Slayer is the emotional weight carried by its characters. The series does not shy away from depicting the emotional toll that fighting demons takes on the warriors, especially Tanjiro. Each battle is not just a test of physical strength, but an emotional journey that pushes Tanjiro to his limits. Whether it's the grief of losing family, the exhaustion of relentless combat, or the constant fear of failure, Tanjiro's internal struggles are just as important as his external battles. This emotional depth is what makes Demon Slayer so resonant with viewers. Fact 50: the themes of sacrifice and loss are ever present in Demon Slayer, and the characters' personal struggles are often mirrored by their sacrifices for the greater good. Tanjiro's willingness to risk his own life to save Nezuko and others exemplifies the ultimate act of selflessness. Similarly, characters like Rengoku and the other Hashira demonstrate that true courage comes not from avoiding loss, but from embracing it and continuing to fight for what's right. The series explores the idea that, while loss is inevitable, it is how one chooses to live in the face of it that defines their character. Fact 51: the concept of breathing techniques in Demon Slayer is not merely a combat skill, but a reflection of the internal strength and philosophy of its wielder. Each breathing style corresponds to a deep connection between the user and nature. For instance, the flame breathing style, wielded by Rengoku, is symbolic of passion and intensity, burning brightly even in the face of death. Similarly, the water breathing style, used by Tanjiro, reflects fluidity, adaptability, and calmness in the face of chaos. The breathing techniques, therefore, become more than mere fighting techniques. They are extensions of the character's personal growth and beliefs. Fact 52: the role of the 12 Kazuki, the elite demons who serve Muzan Kibutsuji, is central to the plot of Demon Slayer. These demons are uniquely powerful, each possessing their own special abilities and personalities. What makes the Kazuki so terrifying is their loyalty to Muzan and their ability to wreak havoc on the human world. However, many of these demons also have tragic backstories, which add complexity to their characters. The Kazuki's internal struggles and their desire for power give them a humanizing quality, making their eventual defeat all the more poignant. Fact 53: the demon-slaying swords used by the Demon Slayer Corps, known as Nichiren blades, are forged from a rare metal that is capable of killing demons. These blades are vital tools in the fight against demons and are essential for the warriors of the Corps. Each blade is uniquely colored, reflecting the breathing technique of the swordsman. For example, Tanjiro's blade is black, signifying his connection to water breathing, while other warriors have blades that correspond to their respective techniques, like the red flame breathing blade of Rengoku. The Nichiren blades symbolize the dedication and sacrifices of the warriors who wield them. Fact 54: the themes of grief and loss permeate throughout Demon Slayer, with nearly every character carrying the weight of personal tragedy. Tanjiro's loss of his family is the emotional cornerstone of the series, but other characters, such as Zenitsu and Inosuke, have their own painful pasts. Zenitsu's fear and self doubt stem from his feelings of inadequacy and abandonment, while Inosuke's rough exterior is a defense mechanism built around the trauma of being raised by boars. These personal stories of loss and the journey toward healing resonate with viewers, reminding us that strength often arises from vulnerability and overcoming one's past. Fact 55. The relationships formed within the Demon Slayer core are not just based on duty, but also on shared experiences. As Tanjiro travels with Zenitsu and Inosuke, they develop a deep camaraderie and respect for each other, despite their differences. These friendships are built on mutual understanding and shared hardships. For example, Zenitsu's growth from a fearful, self doubting character to one of bravery and courage is significantly influenced by his interactions with Tanjiro and Inosuke. Their bond emphasizes the importance of finding strength in others, even when one feels weak or isolated. Fact 56. The character of Nezuko is an extraordinary example of strength and resilience. Despite being turned into a demon, Nezuko retains her humanity and refuses to harm others. She constantly battles against the darker instincts of her demon nature, choosing to protect her brother and others. Her evolution throughout the series shows the power of love and determination, as Nezuko never loses her sense of self. Her story is a testament to the idea that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of one's inner goodness can shine through. Fact 57. The visual storytelling in Demon Slayer is one of its most distinctive features. Ufotable's animation blends traditional 2D animation with CGI to create stunningly dynamic and vibrant visuals. The series is known for its breathtaking fight sequences, which are often compared to works of art. The use of color and lighting in the series enhances the emotional weight of each scene, with the deep blues and soft whites of the water breathing scenes conveying calmness and serenity, while the fiery reds and oranges of the flame breathing scenes evoke intensity and passion. This careful balance of visual aesthetics adds another layer of depth to the series. Fact 58. The symbolism of nature is deeply embedded in the narrative of Demon Slayer. Water, fire, wind, and other natural elements are often used to represent the internal struggles of the characters. For example, the water breathing techniques, with their flowing, gentle nature, are symbolic of Tanjiro's calm and composed personality, while the flame breathing techniques embody Rengoku's fiery passion and unyielding spirit. The series constantly weaves the natural world into its themes, reinforcing the idea that the fight against demons is not just a physical one, but a spiritual and emotional battle as well. Fact 59. The power of forgiveness is a recurring theme in Demon Slayer, particularly through Tanjiro's interactions with the demons he faces. Unlike many other characters who view demons purely as monsters, Tanjiro consistently tries to empathize with them. In many cases, before battling them, he acknowledges the demons' tragic pasts and expresses sorrow for their lost humanity. This theme of forgiveness, or at least understanding, is one of the key factors that sets Tanjiro apart from other heroes. His compassion allows him to see the demons as more than just enemies, but as victims of circumstance as deserving of sympathy. Fact 60. The powerful and deeply emotional impact of Demon Slayer is not solely due to its intense action scenes, but also because of its exploration of universal themes like love, loss, and sacrifice. The series resonates with viewers on a personal level because it addresses the human condition in a way that transcends the supernatural elements. Whether it's Tanjiro's quest to save his sister or the Hashira's unwavering dedication to their mission, Demon Slayer reminds us that the fight for what is right, no matter the cost, is what makes us truly human. Fact 61: the complex character of Inosuke Hashibira is one of the highlights of Demon Slayer. Raised by wild boars in the mountains, Inosuke is initially portrayed as brash, aggressive, and somewhat animalistic. His rough exterior and impulsive behavior are a direct result of his harsh upbringing. However, as the series progresses, we see a deeper side to Inosuke, one that is capable of forming close friendships and demonstrating profound loyalty. His emotional growth, from a lonely, distrustful figure to a protective and compassionate friend, showcases the theme of transformation that is central to Demon Slayer. Fact 62: Zenitsu Agatsuma's character arc is one of the most dramatic transformations in Demon Slayer. At the start, he is fearful, insecure, and prone to panic, often making him appear as a comic relief character. However, beneath this anxiety lies a brave and selfless fighter who, when pushed to his limits, displays incredible courage and power. Zenitsu's growth is a reminder that true strength often lies hidden within, waiting to be unlocked in moments of desperation. His transformation from a cowardly figure to a capable warrior is one of the emotional high points of the series. Fact 63: the story of Demon Slayer is deeply influenced by the culture and history of Japan. The setting of the series, which takes place during the Taisho era, reflects a time of transition in Japanese society. This historical context provides a rich backdrop for the series, as it contrasts the traditional world of the Demon Slayers with the rapidly changing landscape of early 20th century Japan. The portrayal of the samurai code, the honor system, and the connection to nature all echo traditional Japanese values, while the fight against the demons represents a clash between the old and the new. Fact 64: one of the most heart-wrenching aspects of Demon Slayer is the constant theme of loss. Many of the characters, including Tanjiro, have suffered immense personal tragedy, and their journeys are often fueled by the desire to avenge or protect those they have lost. The emotional weight of these losses is a driving force behind the characters' motivations, and it lends the series a depth that resonates with viewers. The theme of loss also serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing the time we have with loved ones. Fact 65: the relationship between Tanjiro and his late father, Tanjiro Kamado, plays a significant role in Demon Slayer. Although Tanjiro is never seen alive in the series, his legacy is deeply felt. Tanjiro inherits not only his father's kind heart and strong sense of justice, but also his skill with the sword and his understanding of the water-breathing techniques. Tanjiro's teachings, passed down through generations, serve as a moral compass for Tanjiro, guiding him through his trials. This connection between father and son is a poignant reminder of the lasting influence of family, even after death. Fact 66: the Demon Slayer universe is not just filled with heroes, but also complex antagonists who challenge the protagonists in unexpected ways. The demons, though often brutal and violent, are not portrayed as one-dimensional villains. Instead, many of them are shown to have tragic backstories, and some even retain their human emotions and memories. The series explores the idea that not all monsters are born from evil, some are made by circumstance. This nuanced approach to villainy adds a layer of depth to the story, making the conflicts between the demons and the demon slayers all the more emotionally charged. Fact 67. Kanao Tsuyuri's journey is one of self discovery and emotional growth. As a member of the Demon Slayer Corps, Kanao is known for her unparalleled skill in combat. However, her story is more than just one of physical prowess. Kanao's struggles with emotional detachment and her internal conflict about choosing her own path are central to her character development. Her journey reflects the idea that true strength comes not just from mastering a technique, but from embracing one's emotions and finding the courage to make personal decisions, even when it means challenging deeply held beliefs. Fact 68. The role of Muzan Kibutsuji as the Demon King is central to the conflict in Demon Slayer. His ruthless ambition to create a world ruled by demons, free from the constraints of human mortality, drives the narrative forward. Muzan's ability to manipulate others and his cold, calculating nature make him a formidable opponent. However, his own fear of death and vulnerability to certain attacks add layers to his character, showing that even the most powerful beings have their weaknesses. Muzan's obsession with perfection and immortality highlights the series' themes of human imperfection and the destructive nature of unchecked ambition. Fact 69. The Demon Slayer series is known for its deep exploration of themes such as perseverance, duty, and the pursuit of justice. Throughout the series, characters are faced with insurmountable odds, but they continue to push forward, driven by their sense of responsibility. Whether it's Tanjiro's unyielding determination to protect Nezuko, Rengoku's unshakable sense of duty to protect humanity, or the sacrifices made by countless others, the series emphasizes the importance of fulfilling one's duties, even at great personal cost. This theme resonates deeply with viewers who are inspired by the character's resilience and sense of purpose. Fact 70. The emotional impact of Demon Slayer is not just rooted in the action, but in its exploration of what it means to be human. The series frequently questions what it means to hold on to one's humanity in the face of overwhelming darkness. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and the other characters often struggle with their identities, torn between their human selves and the monstrous elements of their world. The fight to maintain one's humanity, even when faced with corruption and evil, is a theme that resonates deeply, reminding viewers of the importance of compassion, kindness, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Fact 71. The character of Rengoku Kyojuro, the Flame Hashira, stands as a symbol of unshakable will and dedication. His fiery spirit is matched by his powerful flame breathing techniques, which he uses to protect the innocent from demons. Rengoku's backstory reveals a man torn between his deep love for his family and his unwavering sense of duty to the Demon Slayer Corps. His ultimate sacrifice during the Mugen Train arc is a heart-wrenching moment in Demon Slayer, showcasing his commitment to his cause. Rengoku's legacy lives on as a beacon of strength, courage, and sacrifice, reminding viewers of the importance of living with purpose. Fact 72. The Hashira are the elite warriors of the Demon Slayer Corps, and each one represents a specific breathing technique. However, their role is not just to wield power in battle, but to serve as mentors and guides for the younger generation of Slayers. Characters like Rengoku, Shinobu, and Giyu Tomioka serve as living examples of what it means to uphold the Corps' values, and their mentorship of Tanjiro and others helps foster the next generation of warriors. The relationships between the Hashira and the other demon slayers are marked by a deep respect for each other's abilities and sacrifices. Fact 73. The world of Demon Slayer is rich with cultural references and historical influences. The series is set during the Taisho period of Japan, a time of great social and technological change. This historical context adds depth to the story, with the clash between the old ways of life and the new world creating a backdrop of tension. The series blends traditional Japanese elements, such as samurai culture, with supernatural and fantastical elements, creating a unique world where the past and present coexist. The blend of history and fantasy adds a layer of realism to the fantastical battles and characters. Fact 74. The demons in Demon Slayer are not mere mindless monsters. They are tragic figures with their own histories and regrets. Many demons, including the 12 Kizuki, were once human beings who made desperate choices in the pursuit of power or survival. The series explores the tragic nature of their transformations, as the demons retain memories of their past lives and often struggle with their monstrous instincts. This duality, being both human and demon, is a key theme of the series, highlighting the emotional conflict that each demon faces as they come to terms with their new existence. Fact 75. Inosuke Hashibira's upbringing by wild boars plays a pivotal role in shaping his personality and fighting style. Raised in isolation, Inosuke learned to survive in the wilderness without human guidance, developing a unique and unrefined combat style. His wild nature and impulsive actions often put him at odds with others, but beneath this rough exterior lies a deep sense of loyalty and a growing understanding of friendship. Over time, Inosuke's journey is not just about mastering his fighting techniques, but also about learning to trust others and form meaningful bonds with his comrades. Fact 76. The concept of family in Demon Slayer extends beyond biological ties. While Tanjiro and Nezuko's sibling bond is at the heart of the story, other characters, such as Zenitsu and Inosuke, also develop strong familial relationships based on shared experiences and mutual respect. The sense of belonging and support that comes from these relationships is a central theme of the series. Tanjiro's growing family of friends in the Demon Slayer Corps exemplifies the idea that family is not only about blood, but about the connections that form through shared love, sacrifice, and loyalty. Fact 77. The demon slaying swords wielded by the warriors of the Demon Slayer Corps are not just weapons, they are symbols of the warrior's dedication and sacrifice. These Nechirin blades are forged from rare ore that has the unique ability to harm demons, making them essential tools in the fight against the supernatural forces. Each sword is personalized to its wielder, with the blade's color representing the breathing technique they specialize in. Tanjiro's blade, for example, is black, a rare color that reflects his connection to the water-breathing style and hints at his untapped potential. Fact 78. Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, is a character defined by her intelligence, resourcefulness, and resilience. Unlike the other Hashira, Shinobu relies on her knowledge of poisons and medical expertise rather than sheer strength to defeat demons. Her calm, analytical approach to combat contrasts with the more visceral fighting styles of her peers, making her a unique figure in the Corps, Shinobu's tragic backstory, which revolves around the death of her sister, serves as a powerful motivation for her actions and her unwavering commitment to protecting others, even at the cost of her own well being. Fact 79: the Demon Slayer anime, produced by Ufotable, is widely praised for its stunning animation, particularly in the fight scenes. The series blends traditional animation techniques with cutting edge CGI to create action sequences that are not only dynamic but also deeply emotional. The fluidity of the animation allows for seamless transitions between intense battles and quieter moments of reflection, making the action feel more personal and impactful. The use of vibrant colors, especially in the breathing techniques and demon powers, adds a visual depth that enhances the emotional stakes of the series. Fact 80: Muzan Kibutsuji's role as the Demon King is central to the series' conflict. He is the origin of all demons, having created the first demon through his own desire for immortality. Muzan's relentless pursuit of power and his desire to control the demons he created make him a fearsome antagonist. His ability to manipulate and control other demons, combined with his cold and calculating nature, make him a dangerous enemy for Tanjiro and the Demon Slayer Corps. Muzan's ultimate goal of creating a world where demons reign, free from the constraints of human mortality, sets the stage for the final showdown. Fact 81: the demons in Demon Slayer are not just evil creatures, they are tragic figures who were once human. Each demon has its own backstory, often filled with pain, regret, and sorrow. This exploration of their past lives adds depth to their character, reminding us that evil is often born from suffering. Many demons, including the 12 Kazuki, retain memories of their human lives and struggle with their new identities. This tragic element is what sets the demons apart from typical villains, making their eventual defeat both a victory and a sorrowful end to their pain. Fact 82: the world of Demon Slayer is filled with symbolism, and the elements of nature are a recurring theme. Water, fire, and other natural forces are not only integral to the characters' fighting styles, but also serve as metaphors for their internal struggles. For instance, the water breathing techniques represent Tanjiro's calm, steady nature, while the flame breathing techniques reflect the fiery passion and strength of characters like Rengoku. These natural elements also symbolize the character's emotional growth, as they must learn to harness their inner turmoil and transform it into strength in their battle against demons. Fact 83: the final selection is a crucial event in Demon Slayer, where aspiring demon slayers undergo a rigorous trial to prove their worth. This test takes place in a demon infested forest where the participants must survive for 7 days. It is a test not only of physical strength, but also of mental resilience, as the warriors must face both literal and emotional demons. For Tanjiro, the final selection is a defining moment in his journey where he begins to truly understand the weight of his responsibilities and the sacrifices he must make as a demon slayer. Fact 84: Zenitsu Agatsuma's character is often perceived as comic relief due to his fearful nature and exaggerated reactions. However, Zenitsu's development throughout the series reveals that there is more to him than meets the eye. While he may seem cowardly, Zenitsu's moments of bravery are some of the most emotional in the series. His thunder breathing technique, despite his fears, becomes a powerful tool in his arsenal. Zenitsu's journey is one of self discovery, showing that even those who struggle with doubt and fear can find strength when it matters most. Fact 85. The themes of sacrifice and duty are explored deeply in Demon Slayer, particularly through the character of Tanjiro Kamado. From the moment his family is slaughtered, Tanjiro's life becomes a mission to protect his sister, Nezuko, and to avenge his family's death. His unwavering dedication to his cause, even at the cost of his own safety, showcases the selflessness that defines him as a hero. Tanjiro's willingness to sacrifice everything for the sake of others resonates with viewers, reminding them of the importance of fighting for what is right, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Fact 86. The Demon Slayer Corps is an organization built on a sense of duty and honor, but its members are also deeply human. The Corps is made up of individuals who have faced personal tragedies, suffered losses, and made great sacrifices to protect humanity. Each Demon Slayer is driven by their own reasons, but they all share a common goal: to rid the world of demons. Despite the constant danger and the toll it takes on their lives, the members of the Corps remain resolute in their mission, proving that true strength comes not just from power, but from perseverance and determination. Fact 87. The relationship between Tanjiro and Nezuko is the emotional heart of Demon Slayer. Despite the tragedy of Nezuko's transformation into a demon, the bond between the siblings remains unbreakable. Tanjiro's relentless determination to protect his sister and Nezuko's refusal to give in to her demon nature is a central theme of the series. Their journey together is one of love, sacrifice, and resilience, showing that even in the darkest of times, familial bonds can provide the strength needed to overcome the greatest challenges. Fact 88. The role of the Hashira in Demon Slayer is crucial to the structure of the story. These elite warriors are the strongest fighters in the Demon Slayer Corps, each representing a different breathing technique. While their abilities are unmatched, their personal struggles and the weight of their responsibilities make them complex characters. The Hashira's interactions with Tanjiro and the other demon slayers often serve as a means of growth as they teach the younger generation about strength, sacrifice, and the importance of upholding the values of the Corps, even in the face of personal loss. Fact 89. The character of Nezuko is one of the most beloved in Demon Slayer for her determination and resilience. Despite being transformed into a demon, Nezuko retains her human emotions and a deep love for her brother, Tanjiro. Her ability to resist the demon's bloodlust and fight alongside Tanjiro makes her a unique character in the series. Nezuko's silent strength and unwavering loyalty to her brother are a testament to the power of love and family, even in the most dire of circumstances. Her journey is a reminder that true strength often comes from within. Fact 90. The dynamic between Tanjiro, Nezuko, Zenitsu, and Inosuke forms the heart of Demon Slayer's character development. While each character comes from a different background, their shared experiences and challenges bring them together, forming a strong bond of friendship. This camaraderie is essential to the series, as it highlights the importance of teamwork and mutual support in the fight against demons. Despite their differences, the characters learn from each other and grow stronger together, proving that strength is not just found in individual ability, but in the connections we form with others. Fact 91. The art of Demon Slayer is one of the most distinctive aspects of the series, with its stunning visuals and dynamic fight sequences. The animation studio Ufotable has elevated the series to new heights by using cutting edge technology and traditional animation techniques. The fluidity of the action, combined with the striking use of color and light, brings the world of Demon Slayer to life in a way that few other anime can match. Each battle scene is choreographed with incredible precision, making every fight not only a visual spectacle, but also a deeply emotional experience for the viewer. Fact 92: the significance of water in Demon Slayer is not just limited to the water breathing technique that Tanjiro uses. Water represents purity, adaptability, and resilience in the series, serving as a metaphor for Tanjiro's character. Much like water, Tanjiro is able to adapt to any situation, finding calm in the midst of chaos. His water breathing techniques are a reflection of his inner strength and steady resolve, allowing him to face the most daunting of opponents with grace and fluidity. Water, as a recurring symbol, highlights the themes of growth and transformation throughout the series. Fact 93: the tragic story of Nezuko's transformation into a demon is one of the most emotionally compelling arcs in Demon Slayer. Nezuko's struggle to retain her humanity while being forced to live as a demon is a central conflict in the series. Unlike most demons who lose their human qualities, Nezuko clings to the love and compassion she once shared with her family. Her story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, showing that even in the darkest circumstances, there is a flicker of light that can guide one back to their true self. Fact 94: the demons in Demon Slayer are often seen as symbols of human desire and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Many of the demons were once ordinary people who, driven by greed, fear, or the desire for power, made the choice to become demons. This tragic theme runs throughout the series as the demons' past lives are revealed, showing that their monstrous forms were born from their own human flaws. The series asks the viewer to consider the cost of ambition and the dangers of losing one's humanity in pursuit of power. Fact 95: the role of sacrifice in Demon Slayer is explored in many ways, particularly through the character of Rengoku Kyojuro. Rengoku's unwavering sense of duty and commitment to protecting others leads to his ultimate sacrifice, a moment that deeply impacts Tanjiro and the other characters. His death serves as a reminder that the battle against demons is not just a physical one, but a fight for something greater: the protection of humanity and the preservation of one's values. Rengoku's sacrifice underscores the theme that true heroes are defined by their willingness to give everything for others. Fact 96: the relationship between Tanjiro and the other members of the Demon Slayer Corps is a vital part of the series. While Tanjiro is the protagonist, the bonds he forms with others, such as Zenitsu, Inosuke, and the Hashira, are just as important. These relationships are built on mutual respect, shared hardships, and the understanding that they are all fighting for the same cause. Throughout the series, Tanjiro learns from his comrades, and together they grow stronger. The themes of camaraderie and teamwork are woven throughout Demon Slayer, highlighting the importance of supporting one another in times of hardship. Fact 97: the concept of breathing in Demon Slayer goes beyond just combat. Each breathing technique represents a connection to a different aspect of nature and emotion. For example, the wind breathing techniques represent freedom and unpredictability, while the stone breathing style symbolizes steadfastness and unyielding determination. The mastery of these techniques requires not just physical strength, but a deep understanding of one's own emotions and the ability to channel them into the fight. This spiritual connection to the breathing techniques adds an extra layer of depth to the series, blending physical and emotional battles seamlessly. Fact 98. The Demon Slayer series is not just about fighting demons, it is also about confronting personal demons. And many of the characters, including Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, are forced to confront their own fears, insecurities, and weaknesses as they face the external threat of the demons. Tanjiro's growth is a direct result of his ability to confront his own self doubt and his unwavering belief in the power of love and family. The series explores the idea that true strength is not just physical, but emotional and psychological, and that overcoming one's inner struggles is just as important as defeating external foes. Fact 99. The world of Demon Slayer is rich with mythological and folkloric influences, particularly drawn from Japanese traditions. The demons themselves are inspired by the Oni from Japanese folklore, and many of the series' themes, such as the importance of family, sacrifice, and duty, are deeply rooted in traditional Japanese values. The blending of folklore with the story's original elements creates a world that feels both familiar and fantastical. This cultural grounding helps to make Demon Slayer more than just a typical fantasy series. It is a reflection of the timeless themes found in mythology and legend. Fact 100. The concept of light and darkness is explored throughout Demon Slayer, with the battle between demons and demon slayers symbolizing the ongoing struggle between good and evil. Tanjiro's journey is one of finding light in the midst of darkness, a journey not only against external enemies, but also against the darker aspects of human nature. The series shows that, while darkness is inevitable, there is always a way to fight back with kindness, love, and resilience. This struggle between light and darkness serves as a central metaphor in Demon Slayer, reinforcing its themes of hope and perseverance. Fact 101. The Demon Slayer series is known for its emotional depth, particularly in how it handles the theme of loss. Each of the characters, whether they are demons or demon slayers, has experienced personal tragedy that shapes their actions and motivations. Tanjiro's relentless pursuit to save his sister Nezuko from her demon form is rooted in the grief of losing his entire family. Similarly, Rengoku's powerful sense of duty is motivated by the loss of his mother and his desire to protect others. The just recurring theme of grief and recovery adds an emotional layer to the series, making it resonate deeply with viewers. Fact 102. The world of Demon Slayer is characterized by a constant struggle between good and evil. However, the boundaries between these two forces are not always clear cut. While the Demon Slayers fight to protect humanity, many of the demons they battle were once human beings who were tragically transformed. This blurring of lines challenges the traditional concept of good versus evil, forcing the characters and the viewers to confront complex moral questions. Tanjiro's ability to empathize with demons highlights the series' theme that even those who appear to be enemies may carry a deeper humanity. Fact 103. One of the most visually striking elements of Demon Slayer is its use of color and symbolism to represent the character's emotional states and inner strength. For example, the vivid red and orange flames of the flame breathing techniques symbolize both passion and destruction, while the tranquil blues and whites of water breathing represent peace and adaptability. These colors not only enhance the visual appeal of the series, but also provide a deeper understanding of each character's journey. The use of color as a narrative tool helps to visually communicate the emotional depth of the story. Fact 104. The concept of duality is a key theme in Demon Slayer, especially as it relates to the characters of Tanjiro and Nezuko. Tanjiro, who is driven by love and compassion, contrasts sharply with Nezuko, who struggles with her demon instincts. Their relationship symbolizes the tension between humanity and monstrosity, with Tanjiro acting as a beacon of hope, guiding Nezuko to retain her humanity despite the curse that has turned her into a demon. This duality, the constant pull between light and darkness, humanity and monstrosity, is central to their emotional journey and the series as a whole. Fact 105. The dynamic between Tanjiro and his fellow demon slayers, particularly Zenitsu and Inosuke, adds a sense of humor and camaraderie to Demon Slayer, balancing the darker themes of the series. While Zenitsu is often seen as a comic relief character due to his exaggerated fear, his moments of bravery reveal his hidden strength. Inosuke, on the other hand, is brash and impulsive, but his wild nature hides a deep need for connection and belonging. Together, these characters provide emotional depth and levity, showing that even in the most difficult times, friendship and support can help one persevere. Fact 106. The design of the demons in Demon Slayer is as intricate as it is terrifying. Each demon has its own unique appearance, abilities, and personality, making every encounter feel fresh and unpredictable. The demons' designs often reflect their tragic pasts, with some retaining human features and others transforming into grotesque, monstrous forms. These designs not only serve to make the demons visually distinctive, but also add a layer of emotional complexity to their characterizations. The demons are not merely evil beings, but tragic figures whose transformation is rooted in their own fears, desires, and regrets. Fact 107. The Demon Slayer series is built around the idea of personal growth and transformation. Tanjiro's journey from an innocent, kind-hearted boy to a seasoned demon slayer is one of constant self-discovery. As he faces increasingly difficult challenges, he learns not just about combat, but about the depths of his own strength, compassion, and resilience. His growth is reflected in his mastery of the water-breathing techniques, each one representing a different stage in his emotional and spiritual development. This focus on growth makes Demon Slayer more than just an action series. It's a story about the journey of becoming a hero. Fact 108. The world of Demon Slayer is filled with various factions, each with their own goals and motivations. The Demon Slayer Corps, which is dedicated to eradicating demons, is the primary force against Muzan Kibutsuji and his army of demons. However, the demons themselves are not a homogeneous group. Each demon has its own backstory, desires, and motivations, which makes them more than just antagonists. Some demons, like the 12 Kazuki, are powerful and loyal to Muzan, while others, like the demons Tanjiro faces on his journey, are simply victims of circumstance. This complexity adds layers of moral ambiguity to the story. Fact 109. Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, is a character who defies traditional expectations of strength. While she may not have the raw physical power of some of the other Hashira, her intelligence, speed, and mastery of poisons make her one of the most formidable members of the Demon Slayer Corps. Shinobu's combat style is unique. You're relying on precision and quick strikes rather than brute force. Her calm demeanor and analytical mind make her a sharp contrast to the more emotional and intense characters in the series, highlighting the idea that strength can come in many forms. Fact 110: the symbolism of family is central to Demon Slayer. Tanjiro's devotion to his sister Nezuko and his determination to restore her humanity is the emotional heart of the series. But family also extends to the other characters in the Demon Slayer Corps, many of whom have experienced loss and have formed bonds with their comrades that transcend blood relations. The series constantly reinforces the idea that family is not just about blood ties, but about the connections we form through love, sacrifice, and mutual respect. These familial bonds provide the emotional foundation for the characters' actions and decisions. Fact 111: the Demon Slayer series has a distinct sense of pacing that blends action, emotional depth, and quiet moments of introspection. While the fight scenes are dynamic and intense, it is often the slower, more reflective moments that make the series resonate deeply with its audience. Tanjiro's moments of contemplation, the quiet bonds between characters, and the emotional stakes of each battle provide the grounding needed to make the action feel meaningful. This balance of action and reflection allows the story to breathe, giving viewers the space to connect emotionally with the characters and their journeys. Fact 112: the use of nature as a thematic element is prominent in Demon Slayer. The natural world, with its ever changing seasons and powerful elements, reflects the inner turmoil and growth of the characters. Water, fire, wind, and earth are not only central to the breathing techniques, but are also symbolic of the characters' emotional states. For instance, Tanjiro's mastery of water breathing reflects his calm, patient nature, while the explosive power of flame breathing represents characters like Rengoku, who embody passion and drive. The natural world is intertwined with the story, reminding viewers of the powerful connection between humans and nature. Fact 113: Muzan Kibutsuji, the central antagonist of Demon Slayer, is a character of immense power and chilling coldness. As the origin of all demons, Muzan's ambitions for immortality and control over the world make him a formidable foe for Tanjiro and the Demon Slayer Corps. His ability to manipulate others, his cunning intelligence, and his cruel, indifferent nature make him an almost unstoppable force. However, Muzan's vulnerability, particularly his fear of dying and the loss of his humanity, makes him a complex and multidimensional villain. His obsession with perfection and immortality provides the series with a central moral conflict. Fact 114: the Demon Slayer series is renowned for its compelling character arcs, especially that of Tanjiro Kamado. His transformation from a simple, kind-hearted boy into a skilled and resolute warrior is the backbone of the series. However, Tanjiro's journey is not just about physical growth. It is also about the emotional and psychological growth that comes with enduring pain, loss, and adversity. His deep empathy and unwavering belief in the goodness of others are central to his character, making him an inspiring figure for viewers. Tanjiro's growth is a reminder that true strength is rooted in compassion, resilience, and love. Fact 115: the concept of light and darkness is explored in Demon Slayer through the characters' battles against the demons, as well as their inner struggles. Tanjiro's fight to save his sister Nezuko from the demon curse is symbolic of his effort to maintain the light of humanity in a world filled with darkness. This struggle between light and darkness is not only physical, but also emotional, as characters wrestle with their desires, fears, and past traumas. The series shows that light can be found even in the darkest of places, and that hope, love, and compassion are powerful forces in overcoming evil. Fact 116: the relationships formed within the Demon Slayer core are built on mutual respect and shared purpose. While Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke are the central trio of the series, the interactions between them and the other demon slayers, including the Hashira, are vital to the story. These relationships are often tested through the hardships and sacrifices that come with the fight against demons. Despite their differences, the characters learn to trust one another and form bonds that transcend personal ego and rivalry. These relationships highlight the theme of unity in the face of adversity, reinforcing the idea that we are stronger together. Fact 117: the design of the demons in Demon Slayer is one of the most striking features of the series. Each demon has its own unique appearance and abilities, reflecting their personalities and the circumstances of their transformation. The grotesque nature of many demons, along with their powers, serves as a reminder of the horrors that can result from desperation, greed, and trauma. However, many of these demons retain traces of their former human selves, adding emotional complexity to their characterizations. The demons are not just evil entities, they are tragic figures, victims of their own desires, making their defeat bittersweet. Fact 118: the concept of duty and sacrifice is central to the Demon Slayer narrative. The warriors of the Demon Slayer cores, including Tanjiro, Rengoku, and the other Hashira, constantly face challenges that test their resolve. They are willing to sacrifice their lives to protect others and to rid the world of the demon threat. This sense of duty is what drives the characters, even when faced with overwhelming odds. The theme of sacrifice is most poignantly portrayed in the deaths of key characters, whose courage and selflessness leave a lasting impact on the story and on the surviving characters. Fact 119: the theme of redemption is explored through several characters in Demon Slayer, both demons and demon slayers alike. Tanjiro's compassion for the demons he faces is one of the defining aspects of his character. Rather than seeing them as mere monsters, Tanjiro often empathizes with them, recognizing their tragic pasts and the circumstances that led to their transformation. This approach emphasizes the idea that redemption is possible, even for those who have done terrible things. Tanjiro's compassion is a central force in the series, demonstrating the power of forgiveness and understanding in a world filled with violence and fear. Fact 120: the Demon Slayer series is a blend of action, drama, and deep emotional storytelling. Its ability to balance these elements is what makes it stand out among other anime. The high stakes battles are interspersed with quiet moments of reflection and emotional connection, creating a dynamic narrative that captures the viewer's attention and heart. Whether it's the heartbreaking moments of loss, the inspiring acts of bravery, or the intense fight scenes, Demon Slayer is a series that resonates on multiple levels, leaving a lasting impression on those who experience it. Fact 121: the personal sacrifices made by the characters in Demon Slayer are some of the most emotional and compelling aspects of the series. Tanjiro, for example, constantly sacrifices his own well being to protect those he loves, particularly his sister, Nezuko. His commitment to saving her from the demon curse is unwavering, even when it means putting his own life in danger. This sense of selflessness runs throughout the series, with many of the characters making sacrifices to protect others, often at great personal cost. These moments of sacrifice are a powerful reminder of the lengths to which one will go for love and duty. Fact 122: the battle between light and dark is a recurring theme in Demon Slayer, both literally and metaphorically. Tanjiro's fight against the demons is not just a physical one, but also a moral and emotional struggle. The demons, while monstrous, are often tragic figures who were once human and were transformed due to their desires and desperation. Tanjiro's journey reflects the struggle between holding on to his humanity and the darkness that threatens to consume him. This inner battle is a theme shared by many characters, illustrating that the fight against evil is just as much an internal struggle as it is external. Fact 123: one of the most unique aspects of Demon Slayer is its exploration of the character's inner strength. The breathing techniques, which are central to the combat system, represent more than just a set of moves. They symbolize the character's spiritual and emotional growth. Each breathing style is a manifestation of the wielder's inner qualities, such as resilience, passion, and adaptability. For instance, Tanjiro's water breathing style symbolizes his calm and compassionate nature, while characters like Rengoku, with his flame breathing, embody passion and unyielding resolve. The breathing techniques serve as metaphors for the characters' personal journeys. Fact 124: the Demon Slayer universe is filled with complex and multidimensional characters, and Muzan Kibutsuji, the Demon King, is no exception. While he is undoubtedly the antagonist of the series, Muzan is not simply a one-dimensional villain. His insatiable desire for immortality, coupled with his cruelty and manipulative nature, make him a formidable opponent for the Demon Slayer Corps. However, Muzan's vulnerability, his fear of death, and the loss of his humanity adds complexity to his character. His obsession with perfection and control highlights the destructive nature of unchecked ambition, making him a deeply fascinating villain. Fact 125: Shinobu Kocho, the insect Hashira, is a character defined by her intelligence and resourcefulness. Unlike the other Hashira, Shinobu is not as physically strong as her peers, but her knowledge of poisons and her mastery of speed and precision make her an invaluable asset to the Demon Slayer Corps. Shinobu's calm demeanor and analytical mind allow her to approach combat in a unique way. Her tragic backstory, which involves the death of her sister, adds emotional depth to her character, showing how her desire for vengeance has shaped her actions and her commitment to protecting others. Fact 126: the emotional depth of Demon Slayer is one of the reasons why it resonates so deeply with audiences. The characters are not simply defined by their abilities or their roles in the fight against demons. They are also defined by their emotional journeys. Tanjiro's struggle to protect Nezuko, Zenitsu's self-doubt, and Inosuke's need for connection are all deeply personal aspects of their character development. The series is filled with moments of vulnerability, where the characters confront their fears and insecurities. These emotional arcs help to humanize the characters, making their struggles and victories all the more impactful. Fact 127: The Demon Slayer series is set in a richly detailed world where traditional Japanese culture and folklore blend seamlessly with the fantastical elements of the story. The demons themselves are inspired by the Oni of Japanese mythology, and many of the techniques and customs seen in the series, such as the breathing techniques, draw from real world martial arts and spiritual practices. The series also features references to historical events, like the Taisho period, which gives the story a sense of depth and authenticity. This rich world building helps to immerse the viewer in the story, making the fantastical elements feel more real. Fact 128. The breathing techniques used by the demon slayers are not only a method of combat, but also a spiritual practice. Each technique requires intense mental and physical discipline, and mastery of a technique is often tied to a character's emotional and psychological state. The different breathing styles, such as water breathing, flame breathing, and thunder breathing, reflect the unique personalities and inner struggles of the characters who wield them. The breathing techniques serve as a metaphor for personal growth and mastery over one's emotions, emphasizing that true strength comes from within. Fact 129. The importance of mentorship in Demon Slayer is evident in the relationship between Tanjiro and his mentors, particularly the Hashira. Tanjiro's journey is shaped not only by his innate abilities, but by the lessons he learns from those who come before him. Characters like Giyu Tomioka, the Water Hashira, and Rengoku Kyojuro, the Flame Hashira, provide guidance and wisdom that help Tanjiro grow as both a fighter and a person. The series emphasizes that no one can succeed alone, and that guidance from others is crucial to overcoming the challenges that life presents. Fact 130. The theme of perseverance is woven throughout Demon Slayer, with characters constantly facing obstacles that seem insurmountable. Tanjiro's journey, in particular, is one of constant perseverance in the face of overwhelming odds. Whether it's battling demons, struggling with his own doubts, or learning to master new techniques, Tanjiro's ability to keep moving forward, even when things seem hopeless, is a central aspect of his character. This theme of perseverance resonates with viewers, reminding them that true strength comes from the ability to endure and keep going, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Fact 131. The Demon Slayer series is widely regarded for its vivid and expressive character designs. Each character, from the main protagonists to the supporting cast, is designed to reflect their personality, emotional state, and role in the story. Tanjiro's simple yet determined appearance symbolizes his humble origins and strong moral compass, while the more flamboyant Rengoku's fiery design mirrors his passionate nature. Inosuke's boar head mask and rugged appearance reflect his wild upbringing, and Zenitsu's yellow attire ties into his thunder-breathing style, enhancing his character's connection to his abilities. These character designs help visually communicate the essence of each character. Fact 132. The concept of self-doubt plays a crucial role in the development of several characters in Demon Slayer, particularly Zenitsu and Inosuke. Both characters start their journeys with deep insecurities. Zenitsu struggles with his cowardice, while Inosuke wrestles with his emotional detachment and pride. However, as they face increasingly difficult challenges, both characters slowly learn to overcome their fears. Zenitsu, despite his panic and doubts, reveals moments of incredible bravery, and Inosuke's growth allows him to understand the value of camaraderie and emotional connection. These arcs highlight the idea that self doubt is not permanent, and with support, one can overcome personal limitations. Fact 133: the world of Demon Slayer is rich with diverse settings, each adding a layer of atmosphere and meaning to the story. From the tranquil, snow covered mountains to the bustling, demon infested towns, every location Tanjiro visits is carefully crafted to reflect the story's themes. The settings also contribute to the emotional impact of the series, with locations like the Mugen Train, a place of both literal and emotional journey, serving as a poignant reminder of the character's inner struggles. The environments in Demon Slayer are not just backdrops, but integral to the narrative, helping to convey the tone and emotional weight of each scene. Fact 134: Demon Slayer masterfully uses symbolism, particularly with the breathing techniques and the natural elements they represent. For example, the water breathing techniques symbolize calmness, adaptability, and flow, mirroring Tanjiro's gentle yet resilient nature. The flame breathing techniques embody intensity and unwavering resolve, reflecting characters like Rengoku, who live with passion and purpose. Each breathing style not only dictates the combat style, but also reflects the character's emotional journeys and growth. This connection between the physical and the symbolic enhances the thematic richness of the series and deepens the viewer's understanding of the characters. Fact 135: Muzan Kibutsuji's fear of death is one of the driving forces behind his actions and the central conflict of Demon Slayer. His desperate quest for immortality and his creation of demons are both born from his fear of mortality. Muzan's inability to accept the natural course of life and death is what makes him such a complex antagonist. While his actions are ruthless and driven by a desire for control, they also highlight the destructive nature of fear and the lengths one will go to avoid confronting their own vulnerability. This fear of death contrasts sharply with the Demon Slayer's acceptance of sacrifice and mortality. Fact 136: the Demon Slayer series is known for its emotional moments, and one of the most powerful scenes is when characters make the ultimate sacrifice. These sacrifices, whether on the battlefield or in more personal moments, reveal the true nature of the characters. Rengoku's sacrifice in the Mugen Train arc, in particular, is a defining moment in the series, showcasing his commitment to protecting others and the sense of duty that defines the Hashira. His final moments, filled with both strength and vulnerability, serve as a poignant reminder of the costs of heroism and the personal sacrifices made for the greater good. Fact 137: the themes of strength and weakness are explored through the character of Nezuko Kamado. As a demon, Nezuko initially seems to possess tremendous strength, yet she must constantly fight against her own instincts to protect humanity. Despite her physical power, her emotional strength lies in her unwavering love for her brother, Tanjiro, and her refusal to succumb to her demon nature. This duality between her inner and outer strength is one of the most compelling aspects of her character, showing that true strength comes not just from physical ability, but from emotional resilience and the desire to protect others. Fact 138: the fight sequences in Demon Slayer are often considered some of the best in anime, and much of their impact comes from their pacing and animation style. Ufotable, the animation studio behind the series, has taken great care to blend fluid animation with artistic visual effects, especially during the breathing technique battles. These intense action scenes are not only visually stunning, but are also carefully choreographed to reflect the character's emotions and growth. Each fight, whether it's Tanjiro's struggle against a demon or the final battle against Muzan, carries weight beyond just physical combat, often representing the internal conflicts of the characters. Fact 139. The character of Tanjiro Kamado represents the ideal of perseverance and kindness. Throughout the series, Tanjiro's unwavering resolve to protect others, especially his sister Nezuko, showcases the power of compassion in the face of overwhelming adversity. His growth as a warrior is matched by his emotional development, as he learns to balance his desire for vengeance with the need for mercy. Tanjiro's journey is not just about defeating demons, but about finding peace within himself and making choices that reflect the goodness and strength of his heart. His path highlights the importance of maintaining one's humanity, even in the darkest times. Fact 140. The power of friendship and teamwork is a central theme in Demon Slayer. While Tanjiro's journey is often solitary, he is never truly alone. Zenitsu, Inosuke, and the other members of the Demon Slayer Corps form a network of support that helps Tanjiro in his mission. Each of the characters brings their unique strengths and qualities, proving that teamwork is essential in overcoming the challenges they face. The bond between Tanjiro and his friends is a reminder that even in the most difficult times, the strength of camaraderie can be the most powerful weapon of all. Fact 141. The theme of inheritance is central to Demon Slayer, particularly in how knowledge and skills are passed down through generations. Tanjiro inherits not only his father's Haori, which symbolizes his legacy, but also his father's resilience and fighting spirit. Similarly, the breathing techniques are passed down from master to student, with each warrior honing the techniques to suit their own abilities. The transmission of these skills is both literal and symbolic, representing the passing of wisdom, duty, and responsibility to the next generation. This theme highlights the importance of legacy and the role of mentors in shaping the future. Fact 142. The exploration of grief and healing is particularly poignant in Demon Slayer, as each character deals with loss in their own way. Tanjiro's grief over the loss of his family and Nezuko's transformation into a demon is the emotional core of the series. However, other characters, such as Zenitsu and Inosuke, also carry their own burdens of grief, which they must learn to navigate. The series shows that grief is not something to be avoided or suppressed, but something that must be acknowledged and processed in order to move forward. This message of emotional resilience resonates deeply with viewers. Fact 143. One of the most significant and heart-wrenching moments in Demon Slayer is when the characters confront the reality of death. The Demon Slayer Corps is an organization built on sacrifice, and many characters, including Tanjiro, face the harsh truth that not everyone will make it through the battle against demons. Whether it's the tragic death of Rengoku or the loss of other key characters, Demon Slayer does not shy away from depicting the emotional and physical toll of war. These moments are a reminder that while life is fragile, it is the sacrifices made that give it meaning. Fact 144. The series explores the idea that true strength is not just physical, but also emotional and mental. Characters like Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke grow not just in their fighting abilities, but in their emotional maturity. Tanjiro's compassion, Zenitsu's growing bravery, and Inosuke's gradual understanding of friendship and teamwork show that personal growth is just as important as combat skills. This theme is central to the story, reminding viewers that true strength comes from within and that overcoming emotional struggles can be just as challenging as defeating physical enemies. Fact 145. The Demon Slayer anime has a distinct style that mixes traditional hand drawn animation with stunning CGI, especially in the battle scenes. The fluidity and beauty of the fight sequences are enhanced by the use of visual effects, such as the dynamic use of colors during the breathing techniques. The series uses color not only to represent the different breathing techniques, but also to express the emotional intensity of the characters. For example, the fiery hues in flame breathing battles evoke a sense of passion and intensity, while the calming blues and whites in water breathing battles symbolize peace and clarity. Fact 146. The idea of balance is integral to Demon Slayer, particularly in how characters must balance their desires, fears, and duties. Tanjiro's journey is not just about defeating demons, but about learning to balance his responsibilities as a brother, a demon slayer, and a protector of humanity. Similarly, other characters like Zenitsu and Inosuke must learn to balance their inner turmoil and external challenges. The series portrays balance as a key to overcoming personal struggles and becoming a stronger, more well rounded individual. This theme is reflected in the characters' growth as they face internal and external conflicts. Fact 147. Muzan Kibutsuji's ability to create demons by infecting humans is a central element of his power and the demon plague that haunts the world of Demon Slayer. His blood causes transformation, turning humans into demons who are then bound by his will. However, this ability also highlights Muzan's fear of being alone, as he creates an army of demons to serve him, each one reflecting his own desires and insecurities. Muzan's role as the source of all demons makes him both a symbol of power and a reflection of the destructive consequences of unchecked ambition and fear. Fact 148. The art of combat in Demon Slayer is deeply tied to the emotional and spiritual journeys of the characters. Each breathing technique represents not only a method of fighting, but also a reflection of the character's inner world. Tanjiro's water breathing symbolizes his calm and steady nature, while characters like Rengoku, with his flame breathing, embody intense passion and resolve. These combat styles are not simply tools of destruction, but expressions of the character's personality, struggles, and growth. The series emphasizes the true mastery of combat comes not just from physical ability, but from emotional and mental strength. Fact 149. The importance of hope and perseverance in the face of overwhelming adversity is a central theme in Demon Slayer. Despite the constant threat of death, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and the other demon slayers continue to fight on, driven by their love for others and their desire to protect the world. The series shows that even in the darkest times, hope can be found and perseverance can lead to growth and strength. Whether it's Tanjiro's determination to save Nezuko or Rengoku's unwavering belief in his mission, the character's resolve inspires viewers to keep going, no matter how tough life may get. Fact 150. The final battle in Demon Slayer is not just a physical confrontation, but a culmination of everything the characters have learned about themselves and each other. It's a battle that tests their resolve, their friendships, and their personal growth. The series concludes with a sense of closure, but also a reminder that the fight between good and evil is ongoing. The characters' emotional journeys, their relationships, and their inner strength all come to a head in this climactic moment. The conclusion of Demon Slayer reinforces the central themes of the series: love, sacrifice, perseverance, and the enduring power of hope. Thank you for joining me on this gentle journey through the world of Demon Slayer. May the courage of Tanjiro, the warmth of Nezuko, and the resilience of every warrior stay with you as you drift into a peaceful sleep. Let your dreams be filled with the strength and compassion that define the world of Demon Slayer, and may you find rest knowing that, just like the warriors in the core, you have the strength to overcome any challenge. Good night.